Hi, my name is Sarah Harris, and I did my personal history project on childhood poverty. And as the Isearch portion of my project, I made a flip book. I wasn't sure how to turn this in, so I thought I would make a quick video to kind of show it to you and explain a little bit about my project. Actually on the back cover is a picture of a young man that was part of a photo essay in a New Yorker article that I read a few weeks ago. This picture actually was the inspiration for this project. So when we got the assignment, I thought childhood poverty would be an interesting topic for me to do a little additional research on. On the very front cover, I have some information and statistics that I found while I was doing my research. One thing that I found very interesting was that poverty in 2016 was defined as a family of four living with an annual income of less than $24,000 a year. So I wanted to look at the distribution of poverty across the United States. So I went old school, as I maybe would assign this to my elementary students. I made a key and I colored a map. The darker the color, the higher the percentage of childhood poverty rates. The additional question that I asked during my research was, what does the distribution of racial minorities look like? So I did the same key and colored an additional map. Both of those look pretty similar. That was kind of what I was expecting. One of the things that I found while I was doing my research was that the proficiency in reading in fourth grade is kind of one of the first factors that people look at when it comes to child welfare, because not only is it an indicator of how they're learning, but it also is a big indicator of whether or not those children will graduate from high school. And high school graduation and having that diploma is also a leading indicator of their success as adults. So I went ahead and did a third map of the percentage of children in the United States who are not proficient in reading in fourth grade. Same key, the darker the color, the higher the percentage. This map was really striking to me. There's quite a few states, particularly in the South, that are over 65% of students who cannot read at grade level in fourth grade. Even here in Montana, we are in the low 60s percentage. So the very last page of my book are some conclusions that I made, additional research questions that I have, and my reference page. Some conclusions that I made was that I was not surprised that the racial distribution, the percentage of minorities living in poverty, that was actually pretty similar. That didn't surprise me. The map about fourth grade reading levels was actually really striking and very concerning to me. So it kind of left me with more questions than answers, and I guess maybe that was the point of these projects. Some additional questions that I have are, I would like to know what the amount of money states spend per student and what that looks like distribution-wise. And I also would like to know what are the percentages of students who are learning English as a second language. I think that could give us a little bit better clue of why that distribution looks so different, especially in the South. So those are questions that I have. And as far as childhood poverty goes, a lot of the things that I read really keyed in on the health of children living in poverty. And so additional questions that I have there would be why or what does the availability of fresh and healthy food look like for those families, as far as like grocery stores with fresh produce versus the availability of fast food restaurants and things like that. I also would like to know what the distribution of life expectancies look like across the United States. I think that could be really interesting, another map to put into my collection here in my flip book. So I have left my references, put those in my the written portion of my personal history project. So if you want to read that New Yorker article, or poke around on some of the websites that I found with the databases of all these statistics. It's pretty interesting. So thank you, and see you later.